The immigrants are in Germany to make Germany an Islamic state.
In 2023, foreigners made up 15% of Germany's population, but accounted for 41% of all violent crime suspects, with 75% of the victims being Germans. As Germany is the third largest host of refugees, hosting over 2.5 million refugees, with almost half of all Germans believing refugees are no longer welcome, placing their hopes and their votes in the nationalist, anti-immigrant, far-right AfD party, causing them to win a regional election in the state of Thuringia, and to make history as the first far-right political party to win in Germany since the Nazis in World War II.
Germany.
They're fucking fascists.
Fascists?
Yeah.
Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine!
It became a beast, and we're not really able to stop it anymore. And people just think about it, how it all went when fascist Germany rose. Yeah, and I'm afraid that it will happen again.
As many Germans believe their national identity is being destroyed, their generosity exploited, their culture degraded, and their country no longer safe as they mass import economic migrants and refugees into their country, other Germans are fearful they're witnessing the rise of the Fourth Reich, as AfD politicians were caught meeting with neo-Nazi activists discussing their master plan to deport millions of migrants from their country, causing mass protests across Germany, calling for a complete ban of what is now Germany's second strongest party, labeling them and their supporters neo-Nazis.
The AfD regularly rejects accusations of extremism, but the BBC has found clear links between significant party figures.
There's only one Islam, and this is what is dangerous for Europe, and it's not at all compatible to our values. Not at all.
I believe all religions are same, and there should be, brotherhood.
Ausländer raus! Deutschland den Deutschen! Ausländer raus!
Before I go to a protest organized by Pegida, an organization opposed to mass migration and the Islamization of the West, with a counter-protest organized by Antifa right next door, what does the liberal city of Berlin think about the migrants in Germany and the rise of the so-called far-right? Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Came here for work?
No, I'm a student.
Was it difficult to come to school here?
No, of course not.
Easy?
Yeah, so much.
Do you think Germany is letting too many immigrants in?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are your thoughts on the AfD party?
Oh, this is very bad for the foreign people. Very, very bad.
Tell me your thoughts on that.
This is really, you feel that they are very racist and they are so radical. For Germany, it's not good. And this is so bad image for Germany.
I'm from Thuringia, so...
Okay, so that's where they won the election.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you happy that day or unhappy?
No, nobody in my friend circle or family circle was happy about it. And the rise of the populist parties is a big problem, not even in Thuringia, but the whole of Europe, I would say.
Too many immigrants here?
Yeah.
Do you think you're a hypocrite for thinking that?
No, I don't think so.
Are you the exception?
No, I guess no.
I'm coming here from Tunisia for 30 years, and German, it's changed now, yes? They changed, so they don't like foreign people, but on the same time, they need work. This is a big problem for maybe the government, because they accepting a lot of refugee, but the refugee, why? Because they have no language. But if you say 2 years, you stay here and you get money and you don't work, this is a big lose for the country.
I think they are a little bit racist.
Why do you think the alt-right and the AfD is on the rise?
Migration. I think people getting Germans and so getting annoyed by migration.
It's a populist party. It's a party that just doesn't really have any politics or any real plans for Germany. That's my opinion, at least.
Sure.
And they use not only scapegoats, it's just what populism does, just quick answers to complex questions.
According to Google, 14% of the population right now in Germany is immigrant population or of immigrant background.
I think it's higher.
Higher? Let's call it 14 or higher.
Yeah.
And roughly 40% of the crimes are committed by that 14%. Why do you think that is? And is that a reason for concern?
Well, that still leaves 60% of crime on nationals, right? So it's
True.
absolutely, if just by numbers, it's more local people, let's call it that. I mean, of course, it's a cause of concern, but I don't think the cause of concern or the answer is shutting out immigrants.
They're a populist right-wing party that are trying to destroy our democracy.
Okay, tell me more.
Most importantly, I think they threaten to undermine the trust that people have in our democratic institutions, especially young people. I'm very concerned about that, especially with the recent studies done on like the Shell-Jugendstudie and stuff, where we see already the very negative effects that populism has had on their outlook on democracy and the future.
Do you think Germany has an obligation to bring in refugees?
I think Germany has an obligation as any Western rich country.
What are your thoughts on immigration here in Germany?
I think it's less of a problem than we make it look sometimes. I think there are great opportunities in immigration, but I also think that we need to be careful in how we approach it because the topic is already so partially poisoned in public discourse.
Do you think immigrants have an obligation to build and uplift their own community rather than leaving and fleeing to countries like Germany, let's say?
That's an obligation for politics and politicians. Politics, of course, that's also something that I think nowadays it's being forgotten. Politics, they come from the people.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iran.
How do you like Germany?
I love it. I love Berlin, not the whole Germany.
Where have you been treated differently here in Germany?
In Rostock.
What was the experience?
They were like, you're not welcome here. You're not one of us. Like, what are you doing here? And then it made me go crazy because I found myself being aggressive like around people, and I was like, hey, it's not me, but yeah, it changed me.
And does Muslim culture integrate well into Germany from what you've seen?
No. It's important to say it's because of German country.
German's fault?
It's not a thing of fault, but I think it's one of those things.
Does Germany have an obligation to change and modify themselves to accommodate them, or vice versa?
I would say neither. I think cultures, and we can see, for example, in the UK. The UK is a way more integrated or diverse culture.
I hear many people call them racist and they're undermining democracy.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so too, yeah.
Why do you think they're gaining popularity right now?
Because they provide easy solutions for difficult problems, but the solutions are not really that simple.
You see, in Germany we don't have so big problems. We are a rich country with many people, but for me, we come from South Germany. The world is okay.
Life is good?
The life is good, yeah.
At the end of the day, you go touch grass, smell the flowers, life is good. Germany, I see no fentanyl addicts, no trash cans on fire. The city is peaceful, let's be honest. There's not a fraction of the problems I've seen in major US cities here in Germany, but anything's possible. Before I go to Dresden, I headed to Erfurt in the state of Thuringia, where the AfD won the state's elections after receiving 30.5% of the vote. Why are people in the state so supportive of the AfD? And are their feelings towards mass immigration much different than the more liberal international city of Berlin we just talked to? What does the public think here out in the city? Let's go talk. Excuse me. Do you know about the AfD? Good or bad?
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah. He's against all the refugees.
Okay. Why did you guys come here to Germany?
We came here to live with all people, to look for safety and to have good life. But AfD is against all of this.
Okay. What did you guys flee? The war?
I came because of the war in my country.
You guys have family here too?
No, they are trying to come also.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what will happen for all the refugees will happen to us.
Okay. You're concerned about getting deported back home?
I don't know, maybe.
All right. Thank you for the sticker. Goodbye. Well, he gives us a sticker. Protect trans kids and fight fascism.
I don't really want to get into that because it's a very complex discussion, and I think there are many factors playing into it, but I think it's not, the AfD is not the solution at all. It is anti-democratic.
Oh, where are you guys from?
India.
India.
Morocco.
India? Okay. How long have you guys been here in Germany?
2 months.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year. Why did you guys come here to Germany?
Actually, I'm doing an Ausbildung in here in Germany.
A better future. I want to earn money. I want to take a new experience over here.
Okay, I'm here in Germany for my Ausbildung, and I'm here for making my future better.
What are your thoughts on their anti-immigrant sentiment?
We need them. My generation is not enough to fill all the work we can offer. So our population shrinks, and we will not be able to fill in a sufficient workforce.
What are your thoughts on AfD? Okay, you're smiling. Any thoughts?
I don't have any interest in this. I just live my life. I see like everything is normal here. Everything is convenience. Everyone are doing what they like, and I'm also enjoying it.
How would you rate Germany on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you guys happy here? Give me a number.
8.
How would you rate India?
According to Germany,
Compared to Germany?
Yeah, compared to Germany, actually, I would rate it like 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Statistics would say that 40% of the crime-ish is being perpetrated by those of immigrant background. Is that a concerning problem to you, or is that overblown?
I think it's a problem with the segregation at hand. If I would have to flee my country out of actual fear of being and then put into basically camps and would not be allowed to work, perhaps I would also search for work, but not so much on the legal side of things. yeah.
But sexual assault, for instance, wouldn't fall under that category, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Do you think things like that are a cultural difference or no? Or just bad apples exist in every bunch, things happen?
Some things are cultural, but I wouldn't say that, yeah, we should not put everyone, which we are doing right now politically, everyone into the same cup.
I'll also give 8.5 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I'm doing what I like. Anything I'm doing, if I want it, I'm doing it. No one is here to stop me until and unless I'm not doing anything wrong.
What about the motherland?
It's always my love. It will be always more than 10.
Then why are you not in India? It's a 10 and this is an 8.5. I can't believe you now.
Now, the thing is, like, main problem in India is population. We don't have too much of employment there. Yeah, too much of employment. We cannot earn that much money that we earn here. I'll have sufficient money with me, then I'll go back to India, do something on my own. I won't be living up far away from my family. Yeah, family is more important than money, I know. But I'm giving this time to myself to earn money. Then later on, I'll see what I can do.
You're going to leave as well at some point, or would you stay here permanently?
I plan to stay here for a long time, aber ja.
Ja, ich wähle auch die AfD, weil ich habe nichts gegen Ausländer, Gottes Willen. Aber wenn der eigene Deutsche so ausgenutzt wird, ja, und das ist eben das, ja, da muss ich ein bisschen was dran ändern jetzt hier, weil wir müssen doch an uns denken.
Weil auf jeden Fall, ich mache meine Sache, ich mache meine Aufgabe. Wir alle Deutsche hier, wir sind gleich, alle Männer sind gleich über alle. Es gibt keinen Unterschied, als du bist Deutscher oder nicht. Probleme ist hier, muss man wirklich richtig lernen. Erstmal die Sprache, damit man in dieses Land integrieren kann, weißt du. Muss man das machen. Ich auch, ich habe die gleiche Idee, was hat mein Kollege gesagt jetzt. Für mich, Marokko ist mein Land. Ich lebe Marokko wirklich. Ich habe viel gelernt in Marokko. Die Nummer, ich gebe Deutschland 3.
Do you think many refugees coming here are actually just economic migrants using the term refugee to come here? And
sometimes, but yeah, for me it's not the highest part.
Deutschland versus India.
I would love to stay here, but my motherland is India, as you also
I see.
know.
So you'll come here, make some money, and then go home?
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much a nation which lies on its workforce. So if that's shrinking, sure, we will lose financially, and we will fall back in the international race.
The question is, at what cost?
Well,
how much is a dollar worth, right?
Yes, and
what will be the social consequences of mass immigration to a country? These very questions are what troubles the AfD, as the foreigners that make up 15% of Germany's population account for 41% of violent crime in 2023, although some believe acknowledging these statistics is a gateway to racism and xenophobia. I headed to Dresden's town square, formerly named after Adolf Hitler during World War II, to talk to protesters on both sides of this debate. So, this is the song that the alt-right has made their mantra. Excuse me, can I interview you? Interview? Deutsch? What are your thoughts on Pegida?
Pegida, genau. Ich gehe zu Pegida.
What are your thoughts on Muslim immigrants in Germany?
Oh no.
Why?
Nix, also Islam habe ich nichts am Hut. Das wird mir zu hart, das wird mir zu kriminell. Braucht man nicht. Braucht eigentlich keiner. Wir sind christlich geprägt und so soll es bleiben.
Okay.
Wir wollen unsere Kultur behalten und nie anders.
Okay, danke. Thank you.
Bin ich dagegen, Deutschland den Deutschen.
What are your thoughts on the movement and the idea?
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
We have to have more peace in the world. I don't like the wars. You have the same problem like in Holland.
Yeah.
And like France. There are too many.
I believe all religions are same and there should be, brotherhood in all of them.
Union and peace?
Yeah.
Good, bad, neutral? What do you think?
I think it's so they are against Muslim, etc.
Against the Islamicization of Germany.
Of course, I'm against because I'm an Erasmus student. I'm an exchange student, and I come from France.
Okay.
And in France, there is also a rise of the right extremists.
The alt-right.
Yeah, the far right.
And now we are getting back to fighting each other due to religious reasons, and that's just stupid. Has quite a bit of refugees and
a lot.
A lot, and I'm proud of refugees coming to Germany.
You think this is a form of neo-Nazism?
Not yet, but quite close.
Okay. Can I interview you? No. Okay.
I like your videos.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're talking about Pegida?
Exactly.
I think that's it's good because my point of view is, especially here in Germany, that we have a big problem with migration. I mean, Germany has taken the most of these people. I think since 2015 around
Why?
3 million? That's a good question. I mean, that's maybe a historical issue because, you know, the past of Germany was not very happy.
To exploit cheap labor for their own gain? Is it out of kindness? What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Does it benefit German society?
For the kindness, it's a benefit, but the negative points are bigger than the benefits that we have now today. In the past months, we had a lot of kills from Syrian or Afghanistan people, from immigrants that we give shelter.
There should not be any fight between the religions. People are here for roaming. That should not affect them.
The immigrants are in Germany to make Germany an Islamic state. Muslims come from all over the world and say, this is now our land.
Okay.
And it cannot be. No, Muslims should go away.
I see.
Now Syria says there is no more war. The people from all over should come back to Syria.
Tell me what they believe in and why they are fascists in your opinion.
They want to get rid of immigrants, of people that fled war, that fled shitty situations without any real reason besides being extremist.
I see. Many of them have told me the war is over in Syria, now it's time to go back home. Do you agree with that idea, or is that too harsh?
I mean, think about the US with the melting pot thing, and just, and it's the same. We should be more welcoming, and that's not the way to do it, just getting rid of them. It became a beast, and we're not really able to stop it anymore, and people think that it's okay. But just think about it, how it all went when fascist Germany rose. Yeah, and I'm afraid that it will happen again. Yeah.
And do you think Islam is compatible with German values and German culture?
I mean, it's monotheist, so they believe in one God like we do, and it's a welcoming religion in my opinion. So I don't see anything wrong with it's comparable in my opinion.
But after hearing the public's perspective of Pegida, I met up with the controversial founder himself, Lutz Bachmann. Tell me about your role in Pegida, who you are, backstory.
I've been basically the founder of Pegida. I'm one of two founders. We founded 10 years ago. On the day, 10 years ago, on this day, 20th of October 2014, we had our first rally here in Dresden.
Okay.
It's this kind of demonstration is going to be the last one.
What does Pegida mean? What is the reason for the movement here?
It actually all started over, as the name already tells you, Pegida means Patriotic Europeans Against Islamization of the West. We are fighting 10 years now against Islamization, which is taking over all over Europe. But in the meantime, in these 10 years, there came more themes and more themes. We are now fighting against these crazy genderism, and as well we're fighting against for the freedom of speech and stuff like that.
What concerns you about Islam?
You just need to look in the world. I think Islam is like mid-age ideology. You see, there's no space between government and Quran.
I see.
So Sharia law,
separation of religion and state,
segregation. Okay. And the problem is, it's not just these maybe 10,000 crazy Islamists that are running around in the world. The problem is, if they behead somebody, the normal Muslim is standing and watching it because he can't do anything because his book, the Quran, tells him it's right, like behead all the unbelievers and stuff like that. So they're actually not allowed to fight themselves against the crazy ones. UK, I always say, it's 10 years in front of us.
Okay.
You see what's happening there. Churches becoming mosques and stuff like that. In every government, they already have their people in the right positions, and they obviously take over. You see it all over Europe. And this is what we were fighting from the beginning. We wanted to stop that.
And do you think Islam and Western values are compatible?
Not at all. This is what I think. There's even the head of the Muslim Council in Germany. It's called Ayman Maziak, this guy. It's basically the highest Muslim in Germany.
Okay.
Himself, he says there's only one Islam. There's not like the press and the media telling us there's a moderate Islam and there's one really Islamist. And even the head says, no, there's only one Islam. And this is what is dangerous for Europe. And it's not at all compatible to our values. Not at all.
Okay.
So there's a German politician who has been saying in the 60s or 70s, he says, you don't save Calcutta. If you bring whole Calcutta to your country, then your country becomes Calcutta.
I see. So you think their culture will replace German culture?
Exactly. They call it integration, but integration for me is a big lie. Because integration, when you see the word, means that you integrate somebody and he brings a bit of his to your culture. I prefer what we call assimilation. When they come here, they need to assimilate to our culture. Then they are welcome. I don't mind people from Syria, from Afghanistan or wherever. I don't care at all about skin colors. You can't do anything about it. You've been born white or yellow or black or whatever. but they have to assimilate to our culture, to our values, and to everything.
And what are your thoughts to some of these counter-protesters who may say you're like racist, neo-Nazi, xenophobic, those sorts of things?
I always ask them, give me one proof that I'm racist. I've even got my best man for my wedding is a Turkish guy. He's Muslim. I've got so many friends, black friends from everywhere.
Okay, secret question. Was the photo of you as Hitler doctored? Is that Photoshop?
Yeah, it was Photoshop.
Straight up Photoshop?
Even the press brought, maybe 2 months after, one of these journalists, he actually had to prove in court, and he lost the case. And there was the picture is real, but the beard was Photoshopped from them.
And at this current rate, what will Europe look like in 50 years, in your opinion?
God, no, I wish I had like a glass ball to look in the future. I wish, but I think things will change. There will be like the mainstream would call it a right-wing revolution. I call it the normal people will take over again.
Any conflict we should predict or what?
Just enjoy it.
Okay.
Just enjoy the show.
Okay, amazing. Thanks for your time.
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
If you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month. Back to the protests.
Hiermit die 250. Pegida-Kundgebung in eigener Sache. Jeder achtet auf den Nachbarn, verdächtige Personen und mit der Polizei oder unseren Ordnern machen. Das musste man alles lesen, nachdem Lutz das Video rausgekommen hat. Pegida löst sich auf, wir sind zerstritten. Freunde, nichts davon ist wahr, es sind Lügen aus der gleichnamigen Presse.
Lügenpresse! 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 Lügenpresse!
Jetzt hier geht's ja gleich drüben bei Pegida los. Wer heute vielleicht zum ersten Mal da ist, weiß auch noch nicht, was kommt. Es ist meistens rassistisch, eigentlich immer. Es ist ganz oft antisemitisch. Es ist gegen alle Menschen, die den Leuten da drüben nicht ins Bild passen. Es ist einfach nur zum Schämen.
Noch viel lauter sein müssen. Menschen, die hierher kommen, haben es verdient, dass wir sie integrieren und nicht, dass wir sie pauschal an die Grenzen abweisen oder ihnen nur noch Butterbrot und Seife zur Verfügung stellen.
Also, Fake News, Pegida wird es weitergeben, aber wir machen ein neues Projekt. So, und damit die erste hier auf der Bühne, Angelika Barbe.
Herzlichen Dank und ich danke allen, die hierher gekommen sind. Wir versammeln uns hier heute, weil wir alle zum Grundgesetz stehen und weil sie das Grundgesetz aushebeln. Das akzeptiere ich nicht. Wer sich zu Pegida bekannte, wurde ausgepfiffen, wurde ausgegrenzt. Dessen Existenz wurde in Frage gestellt. Denken wir nur an Sigmar Gabriel, SPD, der Pegida als Pack bezeichnet hat. Oder Özdemir, der uns als Mischpoker bezeichnet hat. Oder jetzt habe ich gerade gelesen, das wusste ich gar nicht, er hat sogar im Bayerischen Rundfunk gesagt, das sind Nazi-Schweine, denen das Demokratieverständnis fehlt.
Ich danke euch wirklich sehr, dass ihr heute hier seid. Macht doch mal richtig laut. Da hinten kommt auch gerade die Zubringer-Demo. Die werden wir gleich richtig laut begrüßen. Und dann zeigen wir heute noch ein allerletztes Mal, Pegida is over, Bachmann go home.
Das haben dann die Medien weiter zerstört. Sie haben ein Ossi-Bild geliefert als Spalter, als abgehängte dumme Leute, die hier demonstrieren. Und später dann als rechte Nazis. Und wir erinnern uns an die DDR, da hieß es auch, wer nicht für uns ist gegen uns. Und wer gegen uns ist gegen den Weltfrieden. Jetzt müssen wir schon für den Weltkrieg sein. Das wollen wir aber nicht.
Ich möchte ab heute, weil ihr habt alle mitbekommen vom Gericht, das Panzerzeichen über den Mund geklebt wurde, ich also unter Bewährung schwere, 17 Monate Haft stehen im Raum dafür, dass ich gar nichts gemacht habe, außer einen Kanal zur Verfügung gestellt, soll ich haben, wo die Wahrheit gesprochen wurde.
Aber jetzt erstmal Zeit für die Gegendemo da hinten. Klatscht doch mal richtig und macht mal richtig laut. Die kommen gerade mit richtig vielen Leuten da hinten reingefahren.
While Lutz's extensive criminal background prior to his role as an activist has caused the mainstream media to attempt to invalidate the message and concerns of his that have resonated with tens of thousands of protesters across Germany since 2015, Lutz's ideas have now entered the mainstream political conversation as the AfD continues to grow in power. Today, however, is officially Pegida's final rally, and Antifa was there to counter-protest.
Alerta! Antifascista! Alerta! Alerta! Antifascista!
We're here, we got the Pegida protest, and we got the protest of the Pegida protest. Both sides are pissed off, but the question is why?
Pegida, liebe Freunde, Pegida war immer Freiheit und Tradition irgendetwas bedeuten. Und wir wären doch erstickt in diesen Jahren, hätte Pegida nicht das Fenster aufgestoßen, hätte Pegida das Fenster nicht weit aufgestoßen.
Wenn ihr es einseht, bitte, unsere Stärke, unsere Ruhe, die Kraft, die wir ausstrahlen. Und kein Gehacke, kein Getrommel, kein Geschrei. Danke. Dann könnt ihr eine andere Demo machen, bitte. Aber aus Respekt unserer Arbeit gegenüber bitte ich euch darum, diesen Mist heute zu lassen. Danke.
We keep getting asked if we're left wing or right wing. People are very quick to throw us in a partisan bucket here. What are your thoughts on Pegida?
They're fascists.
Fascists?
Yeah.
Are they Nazis?
Totally, yes.
Okay. What are the main problems you have with Pegida?
Actually, you can hear it all in just their name. They're like patriotic European people against Muslims.
Okay.
So yeah, and all their banners and flags also show their opinion, like the Reichsflagge, which was used by the Kaiserreich and by the Nazis.
What if they said like, yo, we just want the borders to be safe and less immigrants? Is that cool or no?
That's not cool. No. They are coming from places where there's war or bad economy, so you can't live there. And everybody has the right to have a peaceful life.
I think it's important for society that they support basic human rights and everyone can live on this planet, but they say things about people that's not okay. If people need to go from their home place, it's never pretty. And if there's war, they should have the right to seek some place where they're safe.
Some of them have said that they're economic migrants and the war is over and they should go back. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that. When they're integrated in this society, they have worked, they've started a family here, I think they should have the right to stay in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And what is the group you guys represent on this side of the barriers here?
We present Antifa, anti-fascists. We are against them, and we fight for human rights, basic human rights.
Well, they're racist, they're almost fascist, they endorse fascist parties. We already had this in Germany and we don't really want that again. It really didn't work out for us. Like, this was completely destroyed.
I see.
And we kinda don't want it here again.
So you see parallels between this and Nazi Germany?
Yeah, definitely. Like, they're, of course, anti-Semitic, extremists. It all started kinda small, but I sadly don't think you can call that small anymore.
How many people?
As our counter says, it's 3,200 sort of.
Are you proud?
I'm happy, yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy with this, and I think it's going to be a good finish today. And for the new projects, it's already a good start.
What are your thoughts on Muslim immigrants that have come here to Germany?
With Muslims, my personal opinion, all is a question of quantity.
Okay.
Personally, I know I have Muslim friends, no problem.
Sure.
But it's a different culture, it's a different aspect of life, and especially with Islamization, it's in the quantity, it's becoming a real big problem. Look, I'm German. It used to be that you are German because your ancestors are German,
Sure.
right? So I was born in Belgium, and already 40 years ago, you could see the transformation of Brussels because of people from Morocco and Algeria, and you can see the transformation. And it's a different style of life.
Okay.
And so that for me was clear. And then that in Germany also it happened, especially after 2015, when Merkel didn't close the borders.
They convey national and fascistic thoughts, want to split Germany into like ethnic Germans.
I see. They want an ethno state?
Yeah, more or less. You know, they're against Islamization, so it's also about religion, but it's mostly about skin color and heritage.
Is nationalism a bad thing?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
She said, if I had closed the border, because all the Secret Service and all the police, state police and so said, yes, we can close the border. She didn't want to have the bad pictures. Soldiers and police at the border with guns pointing at immigrants
Sure.
and saying, you don't come in. I would say in the USA, all over the place, New York Times, would have been, there comes again the Nazis.
Why do you think that is? Why have you guys been labeled fascists, neo-Nazis, that sort of thing?
Well, the short version is, this is the most easiest way to blame someone, a group of people, political party.
Okay.
It's, you're Nazi, you're out.
Sure. Do you think that German people are trying to compensate for their ancestors and being a Nazi and that sort of thing?
That is the core issue.
We should think of ourselves not just as Germans, we should think as Europeans.
Okay,
or as
global citizen.
Yeah, especially with like modern problems like climate change, we should think bigger than just national states.
The doses makes the poison. It's a question of quantity. As it's done right now, it doesn't work. If it's coming more and more majoritarian, you would have conflict.
Immigration itself is a good thing.
Okay.
I would say. You know, it gives a lot of opportunities to Germany, for example, a lot of different viewpoints, you know, of people, and this is a good thing, and Germans need that.
Are they integrating the immigrants and refugees that are coming here well right now?
Not very well, I would say.
As unmitigated mass migration, open borders, intrinsic religious differences, cultural differences, and the formation of a global monoculture seems to be at odds with cultures and national identities across Europe formed by distinct groups of people with shared histories spanning sometimes thousands of years. We must eventually wonder why humanity formed borders in the first place and what the cost of destroying them may be. What do you think?